I'm going to have 2 links down below. One for next gen PS5 and Xbox Series, as we have the patch notes for those. When it comes to current gen PS4 and Xbox One, there are no patch notes yet. So if you see in the title, updated at a later point, today or whatever, that means that this link will have been updated with the patch notes, okay? So let's get into the next gen one for now. General preparations for 2K23 Season 2 launching this Friday, October the 21st at 8 a.m. Pacific. Stay tuned for what they have in store. The Bill Russell 6 logo has been added to the court floor for all 30 NBA teams, as well as a patch that's been added for the uniforms for all 30 NBA teams for the Bill Russell 6 patch. The ability to quickly toggle between players on the Edit Player menu has been restored. Players assigned to teams from the Create a Player pool will no longer retain duplicate or retired numbers. Occasional disconnects that could occur in play with friends, quick play during initial matchmaking, or when using custom rosters has been resolved. The Crypto.com arena, oh boy, the name has been added to the Jumbotron for the LA Lakers, LA Clippers, and LA Sparks. How many teams do they have? Gameplay fixed a problem with certain standing layups that would cause them to fade away from the rim instead of towards it. Addressed an issue where the user could momentarily lose control while defensive shading. The Dream Shake badge will now lessen the penalty when chaining multiple fakes together. Don't be a fake bitch. Be the real deal. The Run Game Plan series will now work correctly using on-the-fly coaching. Certain post animations that were not playing as intended have now been properly enabled. Give this video a thumbs down. I backhand you so hard you'll be animating not in a way that's intended. Shot fakes that could force the player to go out of bounds unintentionally will no longer do so. CPU players no longer use layup timing as they were unrealistically proficient with it. The AI is self-aware. Run! The free throw difficulty slider will now function correctly. Fixed some problems with controllable rim hangs that were causing players to vault into the air unexpectedly. Oh shit, I could just picture it now. You hang on to the rim and we have liftoff like a fucking rocket right into space. I need to go back to bed. Air balls. Yeah, that says it all. Will no longer occur when shot timing is slightly early, slightly late, or better. Oh boy. Shot timing will now work correctly for hooks, for hook shots. When playing online games, the frequency of contact dunks on lower difficulty levels has been increased. Made shots will now have more ballroom physics, interactions, variation, rather than always swishing. I'm so immature. Fixed favorite plays not showing up in many modes for on-the-fly coaching. Resolved a rare hang that could occur during certain inbound plays. Various Michael Jordan signature animations have been updated. Added new facial expressions to several animations. The Jordan Challenge, the restricted area line will now properly appear on the court. In the Pass the Torch game, the paint design has been updated to be accurate to real life in the Bad Boys game, Empty Line. City, Pro-Am, Rec, Theater. Many improvements to performance and stabilities have been made to enhance the overall experience in the city. What about in the country? The court status overlay is now available when standing on got next spot in the city. Reduce the delay in exiting a court after winning a game in the city. The remaining player in head-to-head games will now be awarded a win if all other players have left. Games played in the theater will now properly count towards the user's skill level progression. Various fixes and improvements have been made to private matchmaking and squads, including when entering the event center. Several changes related to invites have been made to increase stability and better streamline the experience. Various updates have been made to games on the district courts in the city to improve the experience and ensure intended progression. Fixed an issue that could cause some weekly quests to expire early. Addressed various issues with the stat overlays and Pro-Am games to improve their accuracy. Fixed a rare issue that could cause players to be invisible when entering ante-up. Resolved an issue with adrenaline boosts occasionally displaying the incorrect number remaining. Resolved an issue that was causing the shot meter to be invisible when shooting in Brickley's gym. Individual tattoos can now be properly removed when there is more than one on a particular body part. My career, quests, progression, fixed multiple fixes, and adjustments have been made to improve the overall quest experience and ensure proper progression throughout the mode. Core My Player progression speed has been slightly increased, fixed an issue that was preventing certain Tier 3 badges from being cored, fixed a rare issue that could cause certain equipped animations to reset to default. Several changes have been made to improve photo quests, particularly ones using the tripod. Badge progression will now work correctly when playing games on the district courts in the city. Resolved an issue that was preventing certain users from continuing after playing one of the games at Dreamer Park in It's the Coal World questline. Fixed an issue with certain Coach Graves quests where he wouldn't be present in the locker room. The user would be unable to progress, maybe because he was in the grave. Oh, that was so cringe, and you saw it coming too. Let's move on and pretend that never happened. Made additional updates to the Palace Intrigue quest to help users stuck on certain objectives. Resolved a rare issue that could cause saves to be blocked on load due to not being able to enter the arena. Fixed a rare issue that prevented certain NPCs from being present when attempting to do selfie quests with them. Resolved an issue where users could get stuck in the inline skates equipped after a time trial, which could prevent them from completing quests requiring other vehicles. Resolved an issue that could cause season-specific stat quests to progress incorrectly. Relaxed some requirements on city stat quests so that they can be more easily completed with any build type. Addressed an issue with a handful of daily and weekly quests that could cause them to not have a title/description in the display. I just turned on my PlayStation, maybe you heard the sound or not. Quests requiring personal brand increase in non-NBA games will now be accurately tracked. The rewards for the Chris Brickley quests are now correctly displayed. My team. My goodness, this must be the biggest patch notes I've ever seen for an NBA game ever. Various improvements and updates have been made to all modes and many menus throughout My Team. An anti-competitive check for idle players has been added to multiplayer modes in My Team, added the option to turn off visual era filters in single-player modes from the pause menu. Era filters will not appear in limited games. High-level coach cards will now give appropriate boost amounts. Pink Diamond, Jerry West now gives +6 to attributes. Updated the wheel spin to make the location of featured price slots less confusing. Players will no longer receive losses on their menu records when their opponent quits. Cards and configurations in Triple Threat Online co-op will now be saved after games are played. Addressed a rare hang that could occur when quitting Triple Threat Online co-op games. Fixed an issue where the adaptive coaching engine was reset to default settings in multiplayer games. Added a trophy case category to the exchange. Addressed an issue that prevented the level up trophy achievements from unlocking in My Team. Replacing badges on a player card from the edit player menu will now work correctly. Playbooks will now save as expected in the coaching tab of edit lineups. Dynamic duos will now consistently report their boosted overall ratings. Dynamic duo info has been added to the general page on the back of My Team cards. Prevented an error that could occur when players have more than 101 wins in clutch time modes. Fixed the limited countdown timer reporting different times on the main menu and within limited. Free agent cards will now warn the player if their final game will be played in triple threat modes. Prize balls have received a visual update. Fixed the alphabetical order for the killer combos badge in the auction house search options. Removed original owner stickers from player cards listed in the auction house. The original owner sticker will now appear in exhibition missions requiring original owner cards. Duplicate player cards will no longer be able to be used in the same exhibition mission. My NBA slash the W. Various stability fixes and improvements have been made for My NBA Online, and the W. Imported player DNA players will now be properly classified as rookies. Modern and creative players imported into the My NBA era's rosters will now be given the correct age. The rookie salary scale will no longer inflate to unrealistic levels over time when starting in the Magic Bird era of My NBA. Trade exceptions will now be calculated correctly when only a portion of it is used. Oklahoma City crowd signs will no longer appear in the Sonics 1990s era arena. The color of the shorts for the LA Clippers 2013 uniforms has been corrected, fixed a rare issue that could cause players to have $0 contracts or incorrect contract lengths. Expansion teams in My NBA will now have appropriate attendance effects and commentary support, addressed some issues that could occur when an expansion team drafts a player from another team on a non-core contract and then puts them on their core roster. The Kobe era will now use the correct rules in the fourth quarter of the All-Star game. Resolved a rare hang in the offseason when playing in a league with 36 total teams and a small amount of playoff teams. Fixed a hang that could occur when bringing up a player card on the roster menu during the offseason in My NBA Online. Male NBA prospects will no longer appear when using custom draft classes in my WNBA, unless, of course, they chose to. Yeah, I won't go there. A new court floor has been added for the W Online and the W Contact workout games. Can I be honest with you for a second? What the hell's the W? The women's division? I don't know. I honestly don't know what the W is. The team chemistry pillar in the W will no longer stop at level 6. Fixed a rare hang that could occur in the W after editing team branding. I seriously don't know because I only play My NBA, and that's all I do, right? And I play other sports games and MMOs and all that kind of stuff. I don't recall like tabbing through the different game modes and there's just the W, which is why I have no idea what the fuck that is. As always, if you liked the video and you made it this far, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and making me just a little bit more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up. If you didn't like the video, well, that's too bad for you. Go ahead and give it a thumbs down, and as always, I'll bend it, and break it in half, and twist it. And if you want to subscribe, I mean, naturally, that would be fantastic, but if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.